I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah. I reckon I might have to prove something. Big jumper worthy. They gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming, had to work something 'cause I had nothing in my pocket. Yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits. Yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no ends. Yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen. Putting hours in my practice, I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my practice, I did all that. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my big dog, walking big top, young veteran, living legend, bet I'm better than it go off. We're not in the pulpit, I'm a big bull in this element, yeah. Said you gon' pull up this element, yeah. I've been married to this hustle, this is my way, watch out, step in it, yeah. And I ain't even got a job, but I'ma get it here, watch out, touchdown. Pulling plans out the clutch, everybody getting crushed, the cush down is for us now. Have to work something 'cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did pull up this element, yeah. Ain't got a job, but I'ma get it here, watch out, touchdown. Pulling plans out the clutch, everybody getting crushed. I'ma get it here, watch out, touchdown. Pulling plans out the clutch, everybody getting crushed, the cush down is for us now. Have to work something 'cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no ends, yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year.
Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for Lions FC and Peninsula Power.
Well, here we go again. For the second time in 4 days, we've got a clash between NPL heavyweights as both clubs chase more silverware to add to their trophy cabinets. It's the early season pace setters Lions, hoping to avenge a tough loss to Peninsula Power on Wednesday night in the Kappa Queensland Cup here in round 11 of the National Premier Leagues as we head towards the midway point of the season, at least in name. James Coughlin here to bring you all the action from Luxury Paint Stadium on this clear Saturday evening, rounding out a double header here at the Richlands venue. As the teams are out on the pitch, let's run through the lineups for both sides, starting with Lions FC. And it is a change in goals for Darren Syme, with Cardiff Pond benched and Luke Borean getting the start. For the outfield players, it is number 2, Trent Millard, 3, Jackson Hart-Phillips, 4, Hashan Ramazani marks his return to the lineup after some time away, 5, Tommy Jarrod, 7, Alex Fechner, 9, Andy Pengelly, 10, Joe Duckworth, 12, Sean Carlos, 21, Jack Skinner, and 30, Jimmy Ontiknap. Meanwhile, for Penn Power, 2 changes to the victorious side from Wednesday night. The goalkeeper is Jordan Thurtell, number 2, Reece Gray, 4, Joseph Hitchcock, 6, the experienced leader wearing the armband, Michael McGowan, 7, Kane Gibbs, 10, the goal-scoring machine, Nia Joseph, 12, Matt Mundy, 14, Rafa Velado. It is a starting debut for 15, Anshu Ale, 17, Jason Makwase, who is very familiar with the orange and blue of Lions, and 18, Reese Messina also comes into the lineup for Solomon Valdemariam. They are coached by Aaron Philp. Our referee for today's game is Tom Fell. He'll be assisted by Abdullah Al-Khamisi and Byron Lurch, with Joel Essex, the 4th official. And it is the second half of the double header here at Richlands. If you are tuning in on FQTV, you might have seen the Lions women fight back from 3-0 down, only to go down 4-3 in the end. And after a stop-start opening half of the season, we are certainly hoping that the start button remains down for the foreseeable future. And it is a battle of the prolific goal scorers, with some of the top scorers in the NPL Queensland facing off, including Andy Pengelly for Lions, Alex Fechner for Lions, and the man with his foot on the ball, Nia Joseph, 19 goals in 13 games. Will he add to that tally in the next 90 minutes? Or will Lions be able to enact some measure of revenge? Well, we'll just have to wait and find out. It is Penn Power in their all-white strip, kicking from left to right on your screen. And here we go, round 11 underway, and Power wasting no time launching it down their right side. Early question being asked of Jackson Hart-Phillips, and there is a couple of Power fans making their way down to Richlands. We're almost in jumper season in Queensland. Temperature is hovering at around about 20 degrees at kickoff, although the western suburbs breeze, it may drop over the next little while. And this will be the 20th meeting between these sides in the NPL era. And despite both sides regularly featuring at the top of the table, it is very much a Lions-dominated rivalry. The home side recording 13 wins to just 4 for Penn Power. And that was sitting at 3 until Wednesday night. Although perhaps in some comfort for Lions, they have never lost back-to-back games to Penn Power. And the 3 previous times they had fallen to Penn Power. The next meeting resulted in a win for Lions. Of course, the most famous matchup between these sides was probably round 1 of 2019, with Sam Cronin's brace enough for Power to pull off a huge upset, which actually, as the season went on, turned out to be not as big of an upset, with Power certainly showing they belonged in the elite of the NPL. Over the second meeting between them at AJ Kelly Park was a 2-1 win for Lions as well. Now a searching ball over the top will only be able to find Thurtell. Gray pushing down that right side, although Power switching it to the left, finding an option out wide as the cross is deflected behind. His last touch looking like it might have come off Kane Gibbs. And Luke Borean getting the call up for Lions tonight, making just his 3rd appearance in all competitions this season, 2nd in the league, as he adds to his numerous Lions appearances, over 130 in the league for this club, interspersed with stints at Strikers and Moreton Bay. Millard in space, finding Skinner. So he's now trying to work his way around the youngster, Ale. Ramazani, how much will Darren Syme appreciate having him back after he missed the game on Wednesday. He's been a rock at the back. Lions is nodded back by Duckworth, trying to pick out Skinner, no luck. Lions turning the screws early, just as they did on Wednesday night, although they were on the receiving end of a Jason McQuarrie sucker punch. Just 4 minutes into that game. Ramazani out for Fechner, and with nothing on offer that Fechner likes, he's happy to recycle that one back to Ramazani. Now Jared probing from a different angle, and headed by Fechner, keeping it in was Pengelly. Fortunately, with Pengelly out so wide, no clear-cut striking option. And Ramazani looking for the miracle ball out to Millard, and Millard keeps that one under control. Gets there before Gibbs. Now Ontiknap. Work it from a tight angle, deflected out wide. First time cross coming in, cleared away by Power. Just holding it up is Joseph, and a quick turnover by Lions. Jared. Back Lions. Starting this game on the front foot. And again, Millard forced to work to keep that one in. Does so with Duckworth. Edge of the 18-yard box, and the pass just too far in front of Skinner. But Power's clearance does not go too far away, and here come Lions once again. Hart Phillips back for Ramazani. Fast feet from Skinner, able to evade a couple of challenges. Eventually gets the weak pass away, but Lions still holding on to possessions. Here's Fechner squaring it and cleared away by McGowan. And the veteran defender, exactly where he needed to be off that one. And we'll take you back to live pictures, no time for the replay. Carlos. Emerging from behind the pole as that cross is over the head of its intended target. But Mundy plays it behind for the corner. In comes the corner from Lyons, and did Thurtell get a finger on that one? He did. Despite the protestations from Gibbs. That's what the replay tells us, and all that really says is the referee had a much better view on it from that angle. And Millard can't control that one after a couple of spectacular efforts earlier on. I did mention it has been a stop-start season here in the NPL Queensland. This is officially round 11, but a number of teams, well, every team is facing the prospect of at least one catch-up game. There's Fechner again finding space in behind, looking to cut back on his right. Shoot it into the shin of Mundy, and now the curling effort will not curl enough from a Lions perspective, and behind it goes for a goal kick. That was Pengelly. Had a pounce on the rebound. So Lions are on top of the table as it stands. Some may say it's still a bit too early to read too much into the table, especially with some sides less than a third of the way through their allotted number of games played. But as it stands, Lions, they have played 9 games, the most in the NPL. They're going to the weekend 2 points ahead of Moreton City. Well, Penn Power, they have 6 games played of a possible 10. And they are on 8 points. I feel like it is a rather unanimous sentiment going around that the rain that has plagued the opening half of this season can go on a mid-season transfer out to the middle of the Pacific Ocean or somewhere. A loose pass is pounced on by Messina, and a cynical tug back, and Hart Phillips is going to get a first and last warning from Mr. Fell. And not a whole lot of subtlety in that pullback. Goal kick, or free kick, I beg your pardon, taken to Ramazani. Was at the feet of Thurtell. And it's made its way back to Thurtell. As Power can finally enjoy a bit of time on the ball. Montignap searching for an option as both teams now starting to settle into this match after Lions dominated the opening 10 minutes, but for no real end product. And we have some late drama coming from Carrara as well, keeping you abreast of the action in the other three NPL men's matches on tonight. It looked like it was going to be a rough evening for Gold Coast United when Roman Engel was sent off for a second yellow card. However, Chris Lucas stepped up to the penalty spot in the 93rd minute to give Gold Coast United a 1-0 lead in that game. We are currently in the 8th minute of second half stoppage time. Well, back at Richland, Skinner on the ball, and Power, to their credit, have been very well organised in the face of a fast Lions start. Flipped over the top cleverly, but Mundy was alert to the danger. Matt Mundy, the ageless wonder, some may call him, especially at Easts after his efforts in the 2024 FQPL Grand Final. Right. Challenge from Millard is allowed to play on. Syme is up off the bench. And Ramazani, long ball in behind once again, targeting Reece Gray on that right side, but to the surprise of very few, Gray has been up to the challenge so far, the NPL Queensland All-Star from last year. Full time at Carrara. 1-0 Gold Coast United in the derby. With the NPL women's version of that coming up before too long. We'll check that one out during halftime of this match. There's Duckworth. Forced to play it horizontally. Pengelly lunging in to take it away from Makwase. And Carlos Into the box, looking for the back heel, and was he tripped? Not so, according to Mr. Fell. And Hitchcock loses out in the challenge to Fechner, but Power able to retain possession. Gray sneaking inside Hart Phillips and again trying to rip the shirt off his back. Switch of play from Ramazani. Over the top of McGowan. Can he get there ahead of Skinner? And here's Adam at the last touch, came off the Lions attacker, but those appeals will not be heeded. So Fechner to deliver the corner. The Power substitutes watching on. Near post ball is headed away on the volley from Duckworth, I believe, and the shank has gone behind. And another around the ground score update. 50 minutes played out at Carmichael Park with East in command of that game against Wolves. 4-0 in favour of the visitors. Mundy asking for a pass to present itself, which it did in the form of Messina. Curling delivery. Ramazani runs it towards Ontiknap. Joseph just clipping the heels of Skinner. Sure, there will be some lingering feelings after Wednesday night between these two sides. Hart Phillips making a run into the box, but Skinner issues the cross, and Mundy commanding header away. Messina over to the left with Gibbs trying to evade Millard. And you can see what Millard thought of that decision. And the Wolves might have a lifeline in their match as they've just converted a penalty to make it 4-1 with just under 40 minutes to play. Luke Francis, no surprise, the goal scorer on that occasion. Never say never in football. Makwase passes it straight to Skinner, and now Lions looking to hit Power on the break. Fechner watched closely by Gray and a couple of other Power players. Fechner cutting back onto the right, and he cannot curl that one goalwards. Millardo. Forward, and when Power are going forward, they do look good. It's just trying to maintain possession long enough to generate any sort of true attacking chance. And Joseph, no way through Ramazani. Finding Gray. Flag has stayed down as Gray's cross is too direct and behind it goes. Well, in the other in-play match in the NPL men's, it is Brisbane City 1-0 up over Sunshine Coast Wanderers with just over 20 minutes to play in that one. Jakob Woodnick, the goal scorer at 4 City in the 22nd minute. Chested down by Fechner. He gets the ball back off Hitchcock. Carlos no way through as he is double teamed by Messina and Hitchcock. Forcing a turnover is Joseph. Now he's got a rare bit of room to run. He's surrounded by orange shirts though, and there was nowhere for him to pass the ball. You get the feeling that Lions are aware of the danger that Nia Joseph possesses. And the flag will go up as Millard looking a bit frustrated with that delayed pass. You can see on the very far side, Millard had his hand up and entirely sure what Millard was frustrated with. He started from an offside position and kept running. Gray unable to keep that one in. Ramazani over to his centre-back partner in Jared. And the offside flag goes up again, this time against Skinner. Ramazani back on the ball, but no forward option presenting itself. Pengelly out on the left at the moment. Down goes the Lions players, and the free kick is eventually awarded. Skinner was fouled by Hitchcock. Free kick is taken, and the deflected attempted cross goes behind for a corner. So they are starting to stack up these set pieces for the home side. At some point, they'll be hoping to make them count. And swing delivery is again picked up at the near post. Skinner, no room for him to fashion a strike. And Fechner can only play that off his opposite number 7 for the throw-in, which is quickly taken for Duckworth. There's Hart Phillips. Skinner. What can he make happen out on this left side? And that is a goal kick. After Thurtell's efforts to try and keep that one in. Leonardo on the turn. Picking out Messina. Velardo keeping it moving. Rafa Velardo, the former East player in his second season at Penn Power. Gray going to work against Hart Phillips and Skinner and is able to skip past that attempted challenge. If you're just tuning in, it's round 11 of the NPL Queensland competition coming to you from Luxury Paint Stadium. James Coughlin in the commentary booth, bringing you the action as Lions host Penn Power. And that is not just the scoreboard you are seeing, it is also the number of saves both goalkeepers have had to make, as both sides are putting forth a resolute defensive effort. And Ramazani will hoist that one away. A tough old night for the strikers, with Gibbs tugging on the shorts of Millard on that occasion. And Duckworth afforded room to run. And he'll look to keep it going. Pengelly off the strike and defended by Mundy. And behind that one goes, and is arguably the best chance for Lions thus far. Goal kick has been taken quickly by Power. I could have just told you that was the goal kick. That is allowed to run through to Thurtell, the 28-year-old in his second season at Power. Fancy footwork is not enough for Gibbs. And you know how I said never say never in football? Well, Wolves have just pulled it back to 4-2. Luke Francis again the goal scorer, and Carlos unable to control that one. So that one is 4-2 still in favour of East with 25 minutes remaining. 15 minutes till half-time here as that lofted corner will fall to Skinner at the back post. And that effort is unable to be directed goalwards. Pengelly went up for the initial header, and we know Skinner can hit them. That is one of his sweet spots. Messina out for Gray. Millard returns that one, but a loose touch from Ontic Knapp is pounced on by Gibbs. However, Lions win out with the weight of numbers, although they do concede the throw in. Sean Carlos. And now a chance for the visitors to launch something from this free kick as Makwase quibbles over the spot. And Syme will play that one eventually to the referee, so it's lined up for Gray. And for a second I thought there was a yellow card shown, but it was just holding up the whistle. Arm goes up from Gray. Driven ball into the box, headed away. Skinner will bring that one further up than away, and here goes Power with the shot from range. Time to get a player in front for the block. Duckworth thought about going up the line, instead plays it back. Jared. Ramazani. Driving forward through the heart of the midfield. Now sprays it out to the left. Skinner, beautiful ball through, and it could be on here for Lions and almost turned in for an own goal by McGowan. And the chances are just starting to come now, as Carlos made the run into the box, and McGowan playing it safe. Sending that one behind. Falls for Fechner on the edge of the box, and the Kuhl-esque air swing on that attempt on the follow-up, and it's pinballing around in the box. Harry Kuhl with the most famous air swing in Australian football. Unfortunately for Lions, didn't quite have the same eventual outcome. Power happy again to sit deep in their defensive shape and challenge Lions to break them down. Skinner on the turn, driving towards the byline. Left-footed cross, punched away by Thurtell. And did that come off a hand of Carlos? And well, he feels like the arm was in a natural position. Make your own jokes about the offside law at the moment. I suppose you can see both sides of the coin there. Why that was made, and also perhaps why the veteran Four Lions might feel a little bit aggrieved with that decision. Millard, the early ball deflected away by Mundy as Skinner tries to latch onto it. Power first to it. Jared returning it back towards Duckworth. And Ale with the lunging block to cut that one out. However, Fechner's able to retrieve on the second effort. And beautiful ball through now. And no luck for Lions again. It's eventually retrieved by Carlos with not a whole lot of room as Gibbs closes him down. Time for Jared to size up his options. Through for Fechner, and the flag has stayed down. I think Fechner might have thought there was something coming. There's the curling effort, and now Joseph all the way through Jared, and that collision results in a power free kick. Duckworth voicing his displeasure with that decision, and Joseph still on the ground. And Fechner must have said something to draw the ire of Tom Fell, and a lot of restraint from the referee, not showing a yellow card for dissent on that occasion, and looking for discretion rather than straight up punishment. And Messina does well to earn the throw-in for his side, with a pair of Lions players giving him some very close attention. Now a chance could be on for Power as Makwase from the angle crosses it across the face of goal. Skinner, no way through. No changes to the scores in the other in-play matches. City still 1-0 up over Sunshine Coast Wanderers, 86th minute there. And still 4-2 in favour of East out at Carmichael Park against Wolves. As the home side continues to press for the comeback. Hitchcock goes to ground. Fell not fussed. Touch from Joseph trying to take it away from the Lions defenders. Jared very quick to react. Borean. Haven't seen much of Luke Borean thus far this evening. In his second league start. Another one coming on April 5th at Moreton City, a 3-1 defeat. And he also got a start in round 3 of the Kappa Pro Series, a more successful 8-1 win for Lions on the night. Phillips challenged strongly by Messina, and he's happy to play that off Gray for the throw-in. Hart Phillips making his 76th NPL appearance for Lions since joining the club at the start of the 2022 season. And a free kick for the shirt pull, which was spotted. Messina with space on the edge of the box, trying to play it through for Makwase. It's deflected away from the veteran attacker. And Gray will drive that one back to Thurtell. Hitchcock, as he is expertly tackled. Feckner plays it through a trio of power players. Now Pengelly looking to turn provider. Back to Feckner. And a loose touch, and Thurtell opting for better safe than sorry and heads that one away, and that could have been calamitous for Penn Power. Touch by McGowan, and clever work to avoid a potential back pass scenario. Ale very strong on his starting debut. His 6th appearance of the season. And just his 2nd game in the league. And Skinner committing the foul. And on the Penn Power bench is the former captain of the club, Trent McAvoy. Guided the side to the national rounds of the then FFA Cup back in 2017, where they took on Melbourne City out at what was then known as Dolphin Stadium, now KO Stadium. And that brings to an end a stalemate of a first half between Lions and Penn Power. No saves for either goalkeeper. Lions with some shots, but not really troubling Jordan Thurtell. As it stands, we're going to step away for a brief break and be back with the second half after these messages.
it goes. 2-2. Brisbane are the champions.
In 2014, when ISIS attacked our country, we faced a lot of trauma. ISIS took me and my family, and they killed a lot of people. Thousands of people are still missing, so we had to leave. We had no choice. Me and my family, we were with ISIS for 20 months. We just had to leave, we had no choice. My cousin and my sister, they sent someone over there to help us escape, and he came with a van, just like a small van. 31 people, we all got into one van. It was very hard, we were all over each other. We drove, lights off, so no one can see us in that village. We were just hoping to get to a safe place. We were just telling ourselves, they will see us, they will find us, because ISIS were everywhere around us. When first arriving in Australia, obviously new country, new place, new life, I felt like I was a newborn to this world. It was very hard for me. I didn't have any friends. I didn't know where to go. I couldn't speak the language. That was probably one of the hardest things for me. I felt lonely. Later on, I told myself, I just have to get up and I just have to find somewhere. Find friends, just go on street, walk everywhere, find people, talk to them, even if I don't know how to speak, just keep working hard. So I started school when I arrived in Australia in 2018 at Harristown State High School. One of my football academy coaches, he told me, Yashin, you should become a referee. And I was doing a few school games and picking up the flag and running the lines, and he told me, there's a course here in Toomba if you want to do it. Woke up that morning, should I do, should I not, should I do it or not? I just had to make a choice. The course was like starting at 9 o'clock, and I broke up at 10 o'clock, knocked on the door. Hello, who is this? I've registered, sorry, I know I'm late, but I want to become a referee, I want to do this. Once I started the course, obviously, that moment changed my mind. I was telling myself, why did I have to not to come here? Why did I have to be 1 hour late? Changed my mind, absolutely. Changed my life. I was feeling safe there, sitting by 25 people around me, talking to me in a very nice way. I was very excited. Refereeing 100% helped me to become more confident and building leadership. My life has changed a lot. Before I start, just the biggest thing is we have to look professional. We have to trust ourselves, believe in each other when we are making a call. If you make a call, just be confident, just make it, okay? We need to believe in each other as well. We are a team out there, we need to look professional and have a good game. Sounds good? No worries. Let's do this. I'm feeling more comfortable, more safer. I've met a lot of kind people. They always help me and support me. I absolutely love refereeing, and it changed my life. I really enjoy it, and I don't do it for money. I just do it because I enjoy it. I do it because I have a lot of people behind the scenes. They help me and support me.
What makes Sully Sully is probably just, how energetic he is, how hard he wants to work for what he wants and everything like that, He fights hard for who he cares about and what he likes and what he enjoys. So when you get in Sully's close bubble, you really get to see him grow as a person and how much he enjoys hanging out with people and doing different things, no matter where you are. You always have a good time with Sully.
I think it was like 2 years ago. I was standing up just there, and I was my friends, Nat and others were sitting beside me, and they were telling me, will we see you one day refereeing on this pitch? And I told them, yeah, maybe, hopefully. And see, here we are now.
Yeah, true, amazing.
Here we are. So since I've become a referee, first year, I just keep working really hard, and I won an award the first year. On my second year, I got onto the FK Academy for 2 years, and then after that, I won the Referee of the Year in Darling Downs, and I refereed the Darling Downs Grand Final, and went to the National Youth Championship. So big steps for me, and obviously, I want to keep growing and keep building that trust, and I'm always confident when I referee. I take every opportunity that I've been given, and I always take it no matter what opportunities I have, and I definitely want to go further. I want to become an A-League referee one day. I know it takes time. It doesn't matter if it's tomorrow, 1 month later, one year, 5 years later. I want to keep building my trust and confidence and get there. One advice I could give to people is never give up. Just keep working hard. Life is hard, but you have to work hard for it. Don't give up, no matter what you do. Just keep trust in yourself, keep building trust in yourself, take opportunities and do it. Because if I've done it, I know how it feels. It was very hard for me at the beginning. I've done it, I know I can do it. I know others can do it as well.
How do I feel this time? What's going on?
Industries is proud to be the official shelter and grandstands partner of Football Queensland. Felton offers a range of premium aluminium grandstands, from elite portable spectator seating to soccer team shelters for players and coaches. Give your fans the best view of the game with Felton's comfortable spectator seating. With sun-safe shelters or powder-coated in your team colours. Whatever your club needs, Felton has a high-quality, low-maintenance seating option to suit. We are the pioneers in Australian-made grandstands and team shelters. Contact Felton today on 1800 834 016 or visit felton.net.au.
And we're back. It's time for the second half here at Luxury Paint Stadium and this NPL Queensland Round 11 clash between Lions and Peninsula Power. James Coughlin here in the commentary booth for this reverse fixture from the midweek Kappa Queensland Cup match. We are underway with Lions in their traditional orange and blue kit going from left to right on your screen. And an early chance could fall now for Pengelly, who passed up the shot, realising he probably would have connected with the Penn Power defender, and that could open up a chance for Makwase to fashion a chance. He tries to escape from Tommy Jarrod to no avail. Ontic now out for Millard, who was running hot in that first half. Both forging a path up and down that sideline and voicing his displeasure with the way things played out in a half that would have made most defenders very, very happy, with 0 shots on goal recorded in the official stats. Duckworth over for Jarrod. Tommy Jarrod, who's the Lions club leader in NPL appearances. And a key figure at the back over the last 8 seasons now, or 7.5 seasons. Under both Warren Moon and Darren Syme. Ramazani with the ball into the box, cleared away by McGowan. And Fechner's cross will be all for naught. Lions will get the second bite at the cherry after this was adjudged to have been a foul by Reece Gray. Which, given that cross was just a little bit too tall for its intended target, I wouldn't be all that upset about. Ontic now to whip something in that could cause some problems for the Power defence. Low ball towards the near post and a diving header by Gray, who gave away the foul. In that forward foray for Lions. And just about wrapping up a quadruple header of Saturday evening fixtures in NPL Queensland. Just tuning in after other games. It was a 93rd minute goal from Chris Lucas, gave Gold Coast United a 1-0 lead over Knights, and that is despite Roman Engel from United getting sent off. Meanwhile, Wolves tried their best to crawl their way out of a 4-0 deficit, but could only halve it in that clash out at Carmichael Park. And there was more late drama at Imperial Corp Stadium as Sunshine Coast Wanderers found a very, very late equaliser. Caldwell with the 92nd minute goal. Will we have a late goal here? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Might be nice if we get some goals before then, but the short corner is taken and the curling effort by Millard will sail over Thurtell's goal. We see the replay of the corner, and it had to be hit quickly, with being closed down very quickly. The work by Power, gets the ball to Gibbs, and he'll take the shot on himself. And the game's first shot on target comes almost 50 minutes in. And it forces the comfortable save at chest height for Luke Borean, who got the call up ahead of Cardiff Pond tonight. Ramazani able to get there ahead of Joseph, but his teammates are there to cover for him. Carlos between two Lions players. There's Velado. He is dispossessed by Carlos. Skinner pouncing on the loose ball, evading one challenge, and he'll take the shot on from range. Should it take a touch on the way through? It certainly appears to have been the decision, as you see Skinner cutting back, going left, shrugging off the challenge of Velado for unleashing the, which can't quite be directed goalwards. Interesting setup here from this corner for Lions. And another creative delivery, and calls for a handball against Joseph, as Ramazani will take the shot, and that might also be the first save for Jordan Thurtell. Ontiknap, I think, was expecting a left back there, as Ramazani scrambles to keep that in, successfully so. Hit long diagonal will be picked off by Power. Gibbs to escape Jared. Makwase holding it up, getting it back to Joseph Hitchcock. Watching these two teams play, it is the interesting contrasting dynamic of rest against rust. Lions been able to get their matches in, but Power do have the fresh legs. And those fresh legs could pay off here. And Makwase is there to pounce on the deflection off the post. And Power finally have the lead 53 minutes into the game through Jason Makwase. And it might not have been the way Power expected to break through. Jason Makwase has his 10th goal of the season. And the Power bench very quick to react and say, boys, that's just the job partly done. And I believe Makwase might have even picked up a yellow card for that very long celebration. Just for wait confirmation from the ground. And just like it was 5 days ago, Jason Makwase breaks the deadlock, although this time it was 8 minutes in the second half, and Lions could try and strike back almost instantly as a pass from Millard is unable to find a player in an orange shirt. Fechner from a tight angle, and it's deflected in, and oh no, it was depth perception caught us out there. There was some in the crowd that was celebrating the goal, but it is behind for a corner. And for just a second, I thought that might have been the equaliser. Deep corner, and behind it goes, and a touch off McGowan came after the ball had gone behind, so goal kick for the visitors. Behind that one goes for a goal kick, and I think it'll be Reece Gray who is credited with the assist on that goal as well. His shot took a fortuitous deflection off the post, but the way this match has played out, it's going to be decided by 1 or 2 moments as Lions try and fashion a moment of their own. Millard. To make it happen as he's starting to venture further and further forward. Duckworth driving forward, trying to escape a couple of defenders, leaves it for Fechner, and he'll try and play back towards the box. A scuffed clearance could open up for Carlos, and the desperation block by Velado in recovery. He's left to see it behind for another Lions corner. That one came off the knee of Velado. No Lions players going up, optimistically calling for handball as Ontiknap searches for another telling delivery. And it goes towards the box as it's headed away by Mundy, only as far as Fechner on the edge of the box. Mundy sprinting forward for the block, headed by Pengelly as he goes to retrieve it. And now he gets the ball back, Andy Pengelly. Scorer of 8 goals in this fixture, 3 for Power, 5 for Lions. Ramazani uses his body to usher Joseph away as the Power striker feels like that should have been a free kick. The referee, Mr. Felt, does not agree. Hart Phillips back now for Ontiknap. Fechner gets called for offside. Going back to the rest against Rust. This will be Lions' 6th game in the month of May. 5 in the NPL plus that Kappa Queensland Cup clash. The plethora of catch-up games. Lions have actually almost played all of their catch-up games as Fechner will shoot from the edge of the box, and well saved by Thurtell, getting down with a strong hand to take the sting out of that strike. With a whole lot of other options. That was a well-worked shot from Fechner. Meanwhile, Penn Power, though, they've only played 2 games this month. A 3-3 draw against Moreton City and the cup game against Lions. So, feel as though they should have the fresh legs. Well, as the season goes along, they still have 4 catch-up games to be played against Knights, Olympic, Wolves and St George. The good news for them, though, is they're all home games set for AJ Kelly Park. Now back for Millard. Flicked it away. Ontic Nap goes down and Makwase collects Ontic Nap and no real argument over that. Awarding of the free kick. Makwase was very quick to raise his arm in apology. As Jason McClasse, one of the members of the inaugural Lions NPL squad in 2018. Tommy Jarrod and Sean Carlos, the 2 remnants at Richlands from that side that won the league and premiership double. Now, is this shooting range for Duckworth? They'll play it short instead, sliding down to clear it away. Ramazani. Switch of play on, it's off the head of Gray, who's first to react. Plays it straight to the Lions players, and it winds up in the hands of Thurtell. Makwase holding it up as he is felled by Ontic Nap, and those 2 continuing their very, very recent battle. Skinner able to find a way through Ale, who is again impressed. The fast footwork. Ale. Nepalese background. He also spent a month training with Rayo Vallecano in Spain back in 2022. One to keep an eye on. Point pass from Ramazani, but the heavy touch from Fechner. Able to retrieve it. Finding Ontic Nap. Closely by Makwase. Skinner finding space and off the left foot strike, which was not one of his strongest. No way through Millard on that occasion as now get the throw in. And Carlos fells Velado. To Hitchcock with the pass that was perhaps not as well thought out, but it's worked out for Penn Power either way. Also trying to break away from Ramazani. The pass back and the foot from Hart Phillips to prevent that. causing more problems as Power now looking to turn the screws. Joseph leapt through that challenge unsuccessfully, but it's still there for the visitors. Gallardo winning it back off Duckworth, and he'll take the strike on himself and send that one off the wall of the car park. And just off the corner of the screen before it out of camera shot. Just a quick conversation between our referee Tom Fell and Nia Joseph, perhaps explaining the thought process behind the disagreement. Duckworth holding the ball up, getting away for Millard towards the byline, into the box now for the cutback. Duckworth with his back to goal, forced to tee up on Ticknap, and well held by Thurtell. As it was straight at him, but coming through the sea of bodies. McArthur clips it over the top, finding Messina, but he'll have the air swing, and back it goes now through Hitchcock. Can someone from Lions find a way to unlock this stout Penn Power defense? And Fechner had straight offside, and look over the shoulder was the giveaway. These two sides have relatively successful runs so far, despite the interruptions. They were the only two teams to go perfect in Kappa Pro Series group stage play, both topping their respective pools. Lions on top of Pool A, defeating Wolves, Thunder, Redlands, St George and Strikers, with a very impressive record of 22 goal difference, 25-4, 3 against. Meanwhile, Penn Power, they topped a group that included East, Sunshine Coast Wanderers, Ipswich FC, Logan and Calabar. And Joseph gets flagged for offside, and it looks like we might be heading to the benches. Love to tell you who the substitution was, but Sean Carlos and Mitch Hall changing places, and another great chance, and it was almost a perfect introduction for Mitch Hall. And Jack Skinner also withdrawn, and Pranav Valab coming on in 19. Two live wire players introduced by Darren Syme. Under pressure will force that one away, and those appeals for a penalty have been waved off. Mitch Hall with 14 appearances, 2 goals across all competitions thus far for Lions. Off the bench for just the 4th time this season. It's all hands on deck defensively as Makwase can't get the bend on that strike. Orion picking out Ramazani. Valab up against fellow youngster Ale. Valab, his senior debut, 4 lines in round 2 of the Kappa Pro Series last year. And he's the target of that cross, but can't direct the header goalwards as it sails over the top of Thurtell's goal. And he actually scored a goal on his NPL debut back in round 1 last year at AJ Kelly Park against Penn Power. I suppose it would be a cynical observation to suggest that Thurtell was already going to the time-wasting tactics. Might also be a bit early for that to come into play. It looks like we might be seeing Kenny Akamatsu coming on for Penn Power as they look to freshen things up. As cross was targeting Hoare, but the deflection sends it behind for a corner instead. Creative set piece routine and more air swings tonight than you would in an average NPL match, as Fechner is unable to get a clean contact on that one. Lofted ball across the pitch is picked up by Ale, and now Makwase. It's still got the speed, and the shove in the back will will argue that it was a harsh yellow card. However, Tom Fell is not fussed. And Kenny Akamatsu is on. And we just await Makwase receiving a little bit of treatment. Pretty spectacular catch of the water bottle there by Joseph. And as that treatment was the result of a foul that picked up a yellow card, Makwase is able to stay on the pitch. Mundy launches a free kick towards the back post, headed back across by McGowan. Duckworth on the ball. Looking for an option as it's helped on its way, trying to get to Millard, but Gibbs was there in cover. And the corners are stacking up for Lions, but they've not been able to make them count. Delivery into the box is headed away by Hitchcock, and another air swing from the home side. What have been misses from both clubs, but well, I suppose diplomatically you can say they're going for the spectacular. Moore able to get by first couple, or he was fouled by Hitchcock. And the free kick was apparently taken at some point in there. Montignap getting it out wide for Valap. And that cross is just palmed away by Thurtell, and Fechner unable to bury the chance on the follow-up. And that was a dangerous chance for Lions, and I believe that's also a yellow card for Nia Joseph, which was shown while we were in the replay. See a yellow card brandish, but clarification on who, and Akamatsu will shove Ramazani to the ground. Space for Millard. Teaming up with Valab, who's injected a spark down this right side. And a half minutes to go in normal time. Happy to take their time as Ollie's throw. I don't think in clean control of that one. Minor blot on a otherwise strong copybook from this evening's effort on starting debut. And the decision off that is throw-in for Power, which will be taken in due course. Just a reminder of the scores from today's notable matches in the first half of the NPL doubleheader here at Luxury Paint Stadium. East came away with a 4-3 win in the women's match. Well, the women's Gold Coast derby is also underway. You can catch the end of that at the conclusion of this fixture. And we have late drama as Hoare gets the ball back. Mitch Hoare, and it's saved by the face of Thurtell. And he's just dragged McGowan down for the foul. But how about this save from Thurtell? He just got in the way and made himself big. That's all you can really do as a defender. As not be too many more chances for Lions. They've got to find a way to make those count. And a yellow card shown to Thurtell, so that might speed up some of his goal kicks in the next 10 or so minutes. Gibbs will drive that one into the box, cleared away by Jared. And the other... Oh, that was a cynical challenge from Ontic Knapp as he just crunched into Makwase as to have continued their battle. As Jimmy Ontic Knapp picks up what he's probably thinking is a necessary booking. It certainly left its mark on Jason Makwase, who scored 25 goals in the league in his time here at Richlands. So the Gold Coast Derby doubleheader down at the Croatian Sports Centre at Carrara. Well, it's currently level on aggregate. Gold Coast United won the men's match 1-0 with a 93rd minute penalty to Chris Lucas. Meanwhile, Gold Coast Knights lead the women's match 1-0 with just under 40 minutes to play. And up steps Joseph with the free kick, and it's deflected behind off the wall as they do their job. And Power in no rush to take this corner now, as that came off the body of Millard, who, speaking of the Croatian Sports Centre, did spend last season down there. 24 appearances for Knights in 2024. They won the premiership. Short corner taken, and Gibbs will drive it towards the near post, and Joseph unable to get on the end of it. And you can see why chances have been at a premium in this match. Kwase's 53rd minute goal off Reece Gray's rebounded effort off the post is all that separates them, as Hart Phillips is happy to leave that for the corner to allow Lions a chance to set up. They've come up with some creative routines from the corners. Ball, and Thurtell got a hand to it, but only as far as Fechner. And again, clean contact is unable to be found, but a great save once again by Thurtell on the follow-up, denying Hoare for the second time in 5 minutes. It just has not been Lions' night when it comes to hitting those shots from range. Back goal by Hart Phillips, although Pengelly might have been offside, and that was definitely off the hand of Joseph. Although it was not deemed to be deliberate, so no second booking for Nia Joseph, but to be now for Valab as he drives it across the 6-yard box, and McGowan is there once again for the intervention, and Michael McGowan has been huge for Penn Power in this game. And Mundy, that Central defensive pairing with a combined age of, well, I don't want to say. It would be beneficial with the experience. That did come off the arm of Mundy, but it was in a natural position. That would have been a very harsh decision. We've had late drama at Carrara tonight in the NPL. We've had late drama at Imperial Corp Stadium. Will it continue here at Richlands? And back it goes for Ramazani to take on the strike, and it's headed in by Duckworth and turned in. And it's the equaliser, Joe Duckworth with a captain's knock. Will it count though? As we'll go to the replay. And McGowan is adamant that his side needed to get back to the halfway. And we'll wait confirmation of the goal scorer, as Duckworth had the header, but might have taken a touch on the way through. In the meantime, we are now level, 1 apiece. And Lions now with the bit between their teeth, and down goes Pengelly, but the foul was already awarded for Power. And they have played on. We'll stick with this replay just for the time being, as I'm not entirely sure what Pengelly was supposed to have done in that instance. And handball sees a free kick going the way of Lions. As Ontignap will address the set piece. And I think it might have been Mitch Hoare who was the one that turned the ball in. We'll give him the credit for the time being, as Thurtell commands his area well. So Duckworth with the assist. And no foul as fellas let that one play, and oh, that is a crunching challenge from Hitchcock. And Ontignap is quick to remonstrate with the midfielder, as now Ontignap is going to talk himself into a bit of trouble here, as Valab was hit hard in that challenge. And Hitchcock was quick to get away from the scene of the crime. And the question is, the assistant referee's report coming into the earpiece, will there be any further sanction? And it will be a yellow card shown or will it? No. Okay, we'll play on. I saw a yellow card getting taken out of the pocket. So Hitchcock, the only player to be booked, and not a whole lot of arguments from on that situation. Now Lions, can they find a late winner? Ontignap, who has certainly been on edge in this second half. It might have almost gone down as a shot. Did Thurtell get a touch on it? He did, according to the assistant. Over goes Ontignap for the set piece. In-swinging delivery once again. Headed away at the near post, but only across the face of goal. This time Power able to clear it away as we approach the 90th minute. Oh, looks like Lions are the ones more desperately pushing for the winner. Can they find it? Ramazani, room to run, goes towards the edge of the box. No way through the defender. Ale just thumps it back to the halfway line. Is there more to happen in stoppage time? We should have a few extra minutes still to be played. And the ball goes into the box and just wide. Was that the chance for Andy Pengelly? Well, from that range, you would back him to bury those chances 10 times out of 10. And it was clever work. And a frustrating night for Lions continues. Thurtell. Launch that one long on Tignap. Trying to get the ball back. It's won by Velado. Hall. Getting it to Pengelly. He's it moving. Valab. Selected behind, off Gibbs. And Jared. Valab lost his footing but was able to get the ball back. Lions, just as they started the match, poking and prodding, trying to find a way through. We might have one more change coming up for the home side. Takiri Beckett has been called up from the bench. Will be time to make a change. Sliding challenge by Gray. Orion to Duckworth. There's a chance for Hart Phillips, and his cross is deflected behind. Will we have the change now for Lions? And that change is made as Kerry Beckett will have only a few seconds to make his presence known. And Pranav Vallabh, who taken a knock from that heavy challenge, has been withdrawn. Another late cross in, punched away by Thurtell. But Lions first to react to the loose ball. Jared threw his head too much on the pass for Millard as Thurtell was off his line and he could be caught out as Beckett will flick it into one of the power players. Fechner given room to launch into the box. Thurtell a long way off his line. That one he takes calmly. Looks like Vallab might have succumbed to an injury suffered in that heavy tackle from Joseph Hitchcock, which the power midfielder was booked for. A gesture to the watch from Tom Fell. As McGowan is ushered forward by Mundy. Question is now, Power happy to play for the draw, or will they think this is their moment to go for all 3 points? Well, they've got their tall timber forward. Reece Gray to deliver, 96th minute of the match. Low delivery, it's headed away by Duckworth, and the spoils are shared between Lions and Penn Power. Jason McQuarrie opened the scoring in the 53rd minute before Mitch Hoare deflected a Joe Duckworth header beyond Jordan Thurtell in the 86th minute. Only for the time being, Duckworth might have been credited with the goal. It was an at times fiery encounter between two sides that know each other very, very well. And as it stands, it will be a point apiece as they prepare for a very busy June. Next Friday night, Lions are at home to Gold Coast Knights, while Penn Power are hosting the Brisbane Roar, and then they have their Kappa Pro Series quarterfinals coming up after that. Penn Power hosting Strikers, while Lions will host Sunshine Coast Wanderers. That is going to be it from me this evening. I'm James Coughlin. Thank you very much for your company. This has been a production of Double Take Sports for Football Queensland. Good night.